So the next topic is become a true winner in life. It is rare to be born a human being. The number of those born with human life is as small as the amount of earth one can place on a fingernail. In addition, human life is as hard to sustain as it is for the dew to remain on the grass. The Darshanin thus indicates how irreplaceable our lives as human beings are and how precious every single day and moment is. Quote, it is better to live a single day with honor than to live to 120 and die in disgrace. Unquote. The Daishonin declares, thereby highlighting the criterion for true merit in life. Our true merit as a human being arises from what we decide to make our life's purpose and how we go about achieving it. Accordingly, the Darshanan offers this specific guidance to his disciple out of a wish for him to succeed on a fundamental level. Quote, live so that all the people of Kamakura will say in your praise that Shijo Kengo is diligent in the service of his Lord, in the service of Buddhism, and in his concern for other people. Unquote. It implies three particular areas in which Kingo needs to be victorious. 1. Rebuilding a relationship of mutual trust with his Lord. Second, continuing to make unwavering efforts as a practitioner of the mystic law. And the third, winning the trust of those around him. The treasures of the heart will shine in all these three endeavors. In other words, we are truly victorious when we bring forth the brilliance of our Buddha nature in all aspects of life. The Daishonin further teaches us to show actual proof of victory by striving to live in such a way that we will win the praise and admiration of those around us. This offers an important guideline as to what constitutes actual proof of victory for a Buddhist. In short, fundamental victory derives from the inner brilliance of our humanity that naturally draws others' admiration. It could also be said that an important part of our struggle for Kosen Rufu is for each of us to win such trust and respect in society. It is the power of humanity as Buddhists that ultimately inspires praise from others. In other words, the treasures of the heart we have cultivated are what win us others' trust and high regard as people of exemplary character. Our Buddha nature manifests as the brilliance of our humanity and touches the hearts of even those who do not practice the Darshan's Buddhism. There's something different about those people. There is a special glow about SGI members, people will think. Gaining such trust from others is definite actual proof of the power of our Buddhist practice. Shijo Kingo's relations with those around him, from his Lord Emma and the members of his Lord's family to his colleagues, his brothers, and his fellow practitioners, were far from smooth. There were probably instances when his doggedness created problems. But without resolving such issues, he could not become a winner in faith. That is why the Daishonin urges him to constantly work on polishing his character and show actual proof by realizing a great human revolution. It was his wish that Kingo, as the central figure among his followers in Kamakura, would develop into an admirable leader in society and lead a life of profound significance and meaning. This compassionate spirit was no doubt behind the Daishonin's guidance, encouraging him to win the praise of the people in Kamakura. Next topic is a thoroughly polished character is priceless above all. The above passage is the most well known passage in this writing. Quote, treasures in a storehouse indicates material assets. Treasures of the body means such things as health or acquired skills. And treasures of the heart on one level means an inner richness, wealth, or abundance, and on another, more fundamental level, it means faith and the brilliance of the Buddha nature that is polished through faith. In this passage, the Darshanan indicates the order of priority of the three kinds of treasure and sets forth a clear standard of value. Kingo was in a situation where he faced the possibility of losing his estate. Of course, it goes without saying that this land holding represented an extremely important source of income for him and his family. But the Daishonin insists that far more valuable than the treasures of the storehouse and the body are the treasures of the heart. The accumulation of these inner treasures, he says, is the basis for all victory. The fact that Kingo had been challenging his situation based on faith in the mystique law corresponds to placing the highest value on the treasures of the heart. As a result, he had been victorious so far. That is probably why the Darshanan clarifies this point as a universal and unchanging guideline for victory in all areas of his life. And actually, when we base ourselves on the treasures of the heart, the true value and worth of treasures of the storehouse and the body also become apparent in our lives. In short, we need to make accumulating the treasures of the heart our fundamental purpose in life. If we lose sight of this elemental objective but seek to accumulate the treasures of the storehouse in the body, it will only give rise to attachment. When that happens, fear of losing such material or physical treasures can become a cause of suffering. It is therefore important, above all, to accumulate the treasures of the heart. This reflects a correct sense of purpose in life. Next topic is responding to others with sincerity is the foundation of Buddhism. Buddhism does not exist apart from the realities of life. The Daishonin was extremely worried about Kingo's volatile temperament. saying that he would like to relate, quote, an incident that is customarily kept secret, unquote. He shares with his disciple the story of the irascible Emperor Shushun, who was murdered in a plot of masterminded by one of his retainers. It is a lesson about what can happen when one openly displays feelings of antipathy towards others. Next, the Daishonin mentions how the great Chinese philosopher Confucius chose his words with such care that he thought 9 times before speaking, and how the Duke of Zhou in ancient China was so concerned not to keep guests waiting that he would even interrupt his meals or bath time to receive them. Through these examples, the Daishonin underscores the need for prudent thought and sincere conduct in our interactions with others. Quote, consider this carefully, unquote, says the Daishonin, seeking to deeply impress this message on Kingo. He sensed that his disciple wouldn't be able to achieve true victory in life if he failed to overcome his short temper, a flaw that could bring about his downfall, and did not earnestly set about accumulating the treasures of the heart. That is why the Darshanin goes so far as to say, quote, what is called Buddhism is found in this behavior. Unquote. Buddhism finds ultimate expression in our behavior as human beings. Both Confucius and the Duke of Zhou expressed their personal philosophy and creed in their actions. Likewise, unless we express in our conduct the supreme treasure of the heart expounded in Buddhism, namely the Buddha nature manifesting itself from within, we will not be able to show actual proof of the power of faith or spread the Darshanins Buddhism. That is why, at the end of this writing, the Darshanin discusses the importance of our behavior as human beings. The last topic of this entire series of lecture is the fundamental purpose of Buddhism lies in our behavior as human beings. In concluding the three kinds of treasure, the Daishonin states that the Lotus Sutra is the heart of Shakyamuni's lifetime teachings, and that the essence of the practice taught in the Lotus Sutra is found in the behavior of Bodhisattva never disparaging, who is described in the never disparaging chapter as staunchly believing in and venerating the Buddha nature of all people, deeply apprehending the truth that everyone is a Buddha when viewed from the most fundamental perspective of life. Bodhisattva, never disparaging, continued to bow in reverence to all whom he met, no matter how much he was persecuted and attacked. This is the behavior of one who truly embodies the spirit of the Lotus Sutra. It is said that the Lotus Sutra represents the purpose for which Shakyamuni made his appearance in this world. The reason the Lotus Sutra describes the practice of Bodhisattva never disparaging, who embodies the Sutra's spirit, is to indicate that the purpose of Shakyamuni's appearance in this world lies in his behavior as a human being. To be continued in the next video.